Okay. Margie McGilvery is here today.
Hello, Matt.
How are you doing, Margie?
I'm doing great, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for doing this. You are a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And that is how we met each other. You're actually the first person I've seen at the open mics, and I thought you were hilarious.
Oh, I get up there. Like I said last night, I never know what I'm going to say.
You don't?
I don't.
No?
No, most of the time. Like I'll plan something before I go up.
Yeah.
But when I get up there, whatever comes out is what, I guess.
Really?
Is meant to come out, I guess. I don't know.
That's awesome. So you don't you might change your story, or you might tell a different story when you get up there?
Yeah. I could intend to, like last evening, it was going to be totally different. I was going to talk about a few things that my kids had done when they were younger. My son, I don't know if you were here that night when I told this one. My son, he was about, I don't know, 4 years old or so. And I was in the bathroom preparing myself for that time of the month, but way back when. You wanna fuck?
It's okay. What?
I said, can I do it?
Yeah. Of course. No filter.
No filter.
Yeah.
Anyway, they back then, they're not something you could have put in your purse, I'll tell you that. They weren't cardboard things or anything like that. They great big long thing and put a foot long. Before they come along with the ones I could. Well, they used to be able to pin them to your panties.
How did
And then they go.
How did they pin them to your panties?
Pads? Don't you want your pads? To
Oh,
be in
okay,
place.
yeah. Okay.
You just can't. You don't. See.
Oh, I guess I can relate.
Anyways, yeah. Maybe I should put the air conditioner on. Yeah, and then to a day, anyway, I better get back to the story. My son, he came in and he said, Mommy, what's that? And I said, that's not for your eyes. I won't put them on my eyes, he says. I promise.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm having a laughing fit. But that's funny. And I think what I was trying to say is you're funny. You're hilarious.
I think that's what I kind of say. I'm a comedian too, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, you would understand that.
Yeah.
Because you do the same type of work, eh?
Yeah, I try to. Anyway, yeah, try my best up there.
So you're probably not making as much money either. I mean. Hard living, boy.
Yeah, the $0 a year is hard to live on for sure. It's not always easy.
Yeah, especially when you're doing it just for laughs. Oh boy, my.
So you I thought it was really cool you talked about last night you talked about how your daughter had passed away a few years ago. And I think that was really cool of you to bring up on stage. And it probably was hard to bring up on stage.
You know, Matt, I had no intention. That wasn't in my mind at all. I
Yeah.
had no. I don't even know why I said it. It wasn't there. It just come out, and sometimes I think Jen must speak through me, because I had no intentions of saying nothing.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
like Jennifer for a long time was so depressed, and my daughter was a very beautiful girl, very outgoing. She had
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think
And now
it
we're
rained today.
sponsored.
It was raining hard earlier, eh?
Just come out of the heavens, just like that.
Where'd it come from?
Freak of vinyl.
Sunny, next minute's pouring rain.
I've seen it be raining on one side of the street and not on the other. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know you're on an island when.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
So yeah, you don't have to talk about anything you don't want to, but do you want to talk about like your own experiences with mental health at all?
I really don't remember the first time I ever got sick, and it had to be like in my mid-30s, I believe. I just remember like thinking I was somewhere else, and I wasn't, and I can remember being dead set against the church and like different stupid things, right? And so my family knew something wasn't right with Margaret, eh? But that's many, many years ago, and so at that time, of course, there was no mental health hospitals. There was no psychiatrist there. There was nothing really to even, So my family doctor put me in the Charlottetown Hospital, and he put me on bed rest. Well, if anybody knows Margie doesn't do bed rest because she can't stay in bed. She just likes to get out. She has, that's just the way she is. I did well for a while. I got to give her that. I did good, and I got my sleep. But when he had to medicate me, try to get me toned down a little bit, and get my shit together. But once I started feeling better, I didn't want to be in bed, and he had a hard time with it. And then he referred me to I don't know who it was. I don't think it was a psychiatrist, but I think it was somebody more like mental health trained, right? And but I can remember going from the hospital when I was sick, really, really sick, from Unit 9, and going from there to McGill, which is a center also for mental health, and they have the psychiatrists there, they have the psych nurses and that sort of thing. And they had different groups, and I attended that, and that was to help me when I got home to able to cope with life again after my mother's death. So here, different things like that, trying to get, I don't know what you would call it, your will to live again sort of thing. Or whatever,
Kind of try to help your mental health in general.
Yeah. And so, I remember, the cab driver said to me, I usually had the same one. And, mind you, when I started first started going, I was pretty sick. And the cab driver said to me, after that, once I started getting well and that, and he was telling me how sick I was, eh?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow, I don't remember that, eh?
Yeah.
But, that's how drugged up and,
right.
The medication, you were very, very well medicated back then.
Yeah.
I had shock treatment, and I don't know how many I had, but
how was that? It sucked.
It was a shocking experience. It lit up my life, I'll tell you.
So, do they attach to your head?
I guess.
Shock it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm assuming that's how they do it. I mean, I'm out cold.
Oh, you were not awake at the time?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
So, at the time, mental health was not, there wasn't much resources as far as mental health at the time.
I can remember there was one drug in particular. If I took it within 5 minutes, like it just had time to hit my bloodstream, and I would be out like a light.
Yeah.
Within 5-10 minutes.
So there was a lot of heavy medication.
Oh, bad. Yeah, bad. And so anyway, this night I was ready for bed, and the nurse came in with the medication, and I said, look, I gotta go to the bathroom here. And she said, well, you can go after I give you your meds. And I said, you don't understand. I said, I have to go to the bathroom. And I said, it's a number 2. And I said, I can't take my meds, you gotta let me go. Well, you can take your meds before you go to the bathroom. She said, I got work to do. She had a little bit more work after that. That's what you get, I told her.
Should have listened to you.
I warned her.
It's her own fault.
Yeah, it's her own fault. Yeah. She put herself in that crappy situation. Yeah.
So, was there like a point in your life where the mental health services got better for you? And kind of just in general here?
I know there was a point in my life where I don't know, like it was a major decision in my life that changed everything around. Going into treatment, for one thing, learning that I was somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wasn't just my husband's wife. I was somebody. I was someone, and I had, you know. And so then I said, I was married. I wasn't happy. And I just couldn't do it anymore. And I was married to my husband for almost 15 years.
Wow.
And that's a long time, you know. But you don't stay with someone just because.
Mm-hmm.
And,
right.
You know, it affected, like his mental health wasn't good. And neither was mine. Both of us had problems. So, you know, when you're dealing with two people with mental health and trying to make a go of it in a marriage or a relationship, it's not easy. It's not easy.
No.
You know, with one, sometimes, like, ending up in the hospital. And it's really hard to be the support for one another because you're never really.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be truly there as a support because you're not truly there. Can't be yourself. So.
Yeah, it's hard to help with someone else when you
Yeah.
can't help yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, we did pretty good. Like my psych nurse told me, she said, Mary, you know what? Like, someone with Danny's mental health condition. In a being married, for him to stay married for as long as he did, for you guys to stay married as long as you did, it's really, like, strange because he's not able to give himself in a thorough relationship because of his illness. Like, he can't give, like, he can't express love because he never had it as a child. Like, he can't, no hugs, no kisses. So if he can't have that, he doesn't know how to give it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But, I don't know, like, I think back. Did you ever hear the expression that like a child, the most important thing for a child and for a mother is that bond right away with a child.
Mm.
And, anyways, I had my son back in the 70s. I wasn't married. It wasn't easy. I probably attribute it to my mental health too, but you know what? I don't remember being on meds back then. I guess the weed was on.
Whatever helps.
What?
So whatever helps.
Yeah, whatever helps that you hear. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. If I sat here and told you all the different struggles and different things that I went through, and I shake my head sometimes and wonder how in the hell I got out on the other side, and you know, like I deserve to have a freaking breakdown, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm.
I deserve to be really angry, but that's not me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like that. Even with my daughter, a lot of people get mad at God or get mad, you know. Why? No, it's not something, definitely not something I ever wanted to happen. But I just feel in my mind now that she is happy. She's not struggling with the pain and the misery of the hurt inside and trying to deal with the pain so bad that, you know, going through methods to deal with pain and finding the final method, because life is not, you don't see it anymore.
Mm.
I just can't even picture I've been there, but I wouldn't be able to picture, you know what I mean? Like, being at the state where you're actually thinking, but the way my psychiatrist kind of explained it was when they're at that state, they're actually not thinking. Just what
Right.
do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's kind of been explained to me too. It's like when they're at that level of the abyss of mental health, it's beyond the point of considering anyone's feelings or anything. It's like they're so deep in their own mental health that they can't even, it's like blinders, so you can't even see anything else. It's just darkness, and it just ending the pain, I guess, is where they end up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. I have a son, and I had 2 children, and I didn't get married till I was 42 years old. I don't know, I wasn't looking for the perfect man or anything, but I wasn't good enough settled either, you know, sort of thing.
Mm.
My priorities were my kids. I mean, I had my son when I was 20, so there wasn't time to be out there doing this, that, and the other thing. I had children to raise, so, yeah, I don't know, like, when you get that, I don't know, like, have a nap, man.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I think you're inspiring to me, and I think you will be to others. For how that you've persevered through everything that you have, and how I think it's awesome how you talk about it openly, and that you've seeked help over all these years and continue to seek help. And I'm glad that you found comedy, because you're hilarious and you make a lot of people laugh.
The cursing, I remember the first time I said a curse on stage.
Yeah.
My sister, God love her heart, she near took a frisk.
Was she there? She was there?
She wasn't there, but I heard it the next day.
How'd you find out?
She heard it. Oh no, because Dave, that when Dave Hicks
Oh.
there, he would tape all our shows, eh?
Oh.
Whenever we get up, he would tape. So I would get, like, all my shows are taped. I could show you every one that I did at Baba.
Really?
Yeah. So they're all taped.
Where does he put them?
Puts them online and then gets me a link for it. Ryan does it too, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have my show taped from last night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta show me that. I want to
Yeah,
see.
I will. Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
Yeah. It's funny to watch it, eh? Because I remember the first show I did, that was like 2 years ago. 6 months after my daughter passed away.
Yeah.
And if you ask, like, somebody, how many people could say, like, and I don't even know why I'm able to do it. I just thank God that I'm able to use that as an outlet to get me through. And Jennifer was like that anyway. She was always comical. You never knew what she was going to do. And she was outgoing too. So same type of personality like me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she had struggles a lot more than I really thought. I didn't learn a lot about it till afterwards. She kind of kept journals, and so it was, you know.
There's a lot of parallels between my experience with my girlfriend who died. She was 3 years ago, so it's around the same time. Just when you said, like, very kind, outgoing, helps other people, a lot of the same qualities, and it was also too, like, I had no idea, no one did, but then when you look back, you know, you can kind of see, well, you know, you learn more after, I guess. And, like, I wasn't educated on the subject enough at the time, which is unfortunate. And that was, like, the inspiration for doing this, because if it can help one person get help or help along with their struggles, then it'd be worth it, you know?
Yeah, like, another, like, I don't know, one thing, I have a beef about the hospital and how they treat the people with mental health.
Right.
They look at you differently. I don't care what people say. They do.
Yeah.
When I go in there, I feel like I've got two horns sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? I went in there one evening and she called me my first name. And what are you here for tonight? You know? Like, I'm not someone, right?
Mm.
And I am someone. Yes, sometimes my mental health screws my head up.
Yeah.
But I am someone. You know, it doesn't define who I am.
Of course, yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, I heard, I have no experience with it, but I heard there's, like, kind of some inconsistencies too. Like, maybe one night you go in and that could happen, and then another night, like, you could have a totally different experience where they're super, I guess, supportive and, like, helpful, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's kind of a big variance there.
If I get a super supportive, helpful nurse, I will certainly thank those super helpful nurses. And I do, too.
Yeah.
You know? It's the ones that, like, if you can go out there and there's only, like, 20 people there, and suddenly you're still sitting there when them 20 people are gone,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of make you wonder what's wrong with you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I seen myself go in there one evening by ambulance.
Really?
And this nurse says, you know, just because you come by ambulance doesn't mean you're going to get seen first. Now, it wasn't life or death. Well, I shouldn't say that it was, but it didn't have to do with suicide. It had to do with a medical problem. But, like, for a nurse to say that to you,
Mm-hmm.
like, and as it was, when the doctor come in, she said, like, why isn't that woman on a heart machine? Like, she should, like, she's got a pacemaker. Why isn't she on a heart machine? What's up with that, you know? And I could have spoke up But my daughter was there too, and I'm surprised that she didn't say something, because I'll tell you, she'd be like me to say it. Yeah, nobody says that. I argue with my best friend. Her birthday wasn't when she said it was. Now, come on. How bad is that, eh? And it wasn't until my son, who's almost the same age as her, I was talking to him, right? And I says to him, "Oh, Sheldon, happy 45th. And he said, "Oh, thanks, Mom." He said, "But I'm only 44. I said, "That's why." I said, "Cindy's right and I'm wrong."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think at least it seems to be heading in the right direction as far as more resources towards mental health. I know. I mean, there's just even a problem with staffing of doctors. Like, there's not enough doctors here.
Just recently, I was asked to go with a group, like, to give my opinion on the new hospital that's being built and the addictions and that sort of thing.
So is that a mental health hospital as well?
Yeah, it's all going to be kind of into one.
And that, where's that going? Where the old Hillsborough Hospital is? Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And like, it's not going to be where now it's obvious when you're going into a mental health. So, it's like mental health. There'll be like mental health, to be addictions, to be different places. But it's not like you're going to Hillsborough Hospital. People know automatically,
Mm-hmm.
This hospital will be sort of, I'm thinking it seems like an umbrella type of hospital where it's holding all the different things, say.
Yeah.
So, there was different things discussed, like the mental health, that was brought up, like how they should have more and more, doctors for one thing, more different ways of dealing with people with mental health. You go out there and okay, if you're in the feeling you're going to kill yourself, do you want to sit there for another 12 hours?
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine tell me he tried to jump off the bridge. They took him out to Unit 9. He went out 3 times and had a smoke. Is that somebody caring whether he'll go back and jump off this bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully more resources are spread towards mental health and more awareness. I think it is heading in that direction.
I think what you're doing is terrific too. Like, you're getting your voice out there, and like something like this. I think they should have maybe people going around in schools and perhaps giving their own experiences about how dealing with depression and that sort of thing, eh?
Yeah.
And try to get it right at the youth where it starts, and it starts younger than that, like young kids, or you got like 12-year-olds, like, so it's got to be, you got to get these young kids right at first so they can feel that they can talk.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, no problem,
I really appreciate it. And, definitely come out to Baba's and,
Yeah. If you haven't been out there, guys, you gotta come.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of laughs.
Yeah. Yep. It's every Monday night.
Yep.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
8 o'clock, actually.
8 o'clock. Sign up at 7:15, 7:30, I believe.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
come on down and support our team here. We're trying to make it in the low-paying job of comedy.
Right. Okay.
And we'll give lectures on the side if need be. Okay.
For a small fee.
Yeah, there you go. For personal fee. Yeah.
All right, Maggie. Thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate you sharing some of your story.
No problem, Matt. Anytime.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.